After it followed him on Pinehurst, 2 people got out of that car and began shooting at them, then went on to say that there was a chase that unfolded as the white car was trying to run them down. They went down Godas. They tried to make a turn onto the street here. The white car lost control, hit the black car, which was parked but facing the wrong direction, which is why it spun, and the cars were kind of positioned the way they were. The chase continued on the street, according to this neighbor. We did see on scene that there was a pair of gym shoes left behind. Police did pick that up as part of their evidence, which would seem to support at least there was some sort of chase.
Cindric joked that him and his dad, Tim Cindric, who's the president for Penske's IndyCar team, have a running joke that it never seems like the 2 car for IndyCar and NASCAR run well on the same day. When Joseph Newgarden has a bad day, he seems to have a good day, and vice versa. Cindric says after watching the IndyCar race earlier on Sunday, he had a feeling he was going to be in for a good day. For many families across the country, the first day of school means honoring the treasured tradition of back-to-school photos. Back-to-school photos are a great way to update loved ones and to document a Mid-Missouri reporter's bold fashion choices. Unfortunately, it can also be a great way to give strangers identifying information about your child.
Experts warn that tires can lose 1 pound of air pressure for every 10-degree drop in temperature, which is why it's a good idea to have your tires' air pressure and treads checked if you plan on traveling this weekend. An easy way to check your treads is by sticking a quarter in the groove of the tire. If George Washington's head is showing, it's a sign your tires are worn and need to be replaced. So as you can see here, this tire is good. However, this tire, not so much.
Megan, Lucas, the flooding behind me has actually increased a little bit since I've been here due to some rain that we got earlier today. I spoke with a man who says he's been living on this road for nearly a decade, and he tells me that it floods like this almost every year. A woman who works for Boone County later added that almost every year they have to put up barriers and warning signs telling people not to cross the water. However, every year people usually try and go across anyway. Megan, Lucas, dozens of those daycare providers testify today, sharing the stories of the struggles they've had to face to keep their daycares alive. For some, this has ranged from using personal money to buy supplies, dipping into Social Security to keep their doors open, and going without utilities. Today, a House committee demanded answers after a backlog of payments put hundreds of daycare centers across the state out of business and others on the brink of collapse.
I'm listening to people take out hundreds of thousands of dollars in loans that they're going to have to pay interest on. People here talking about how their lights are off just so they can continue to provide services for this state's children.
The state has pointed the finger at a new data system launched last December, which has led to delayed payments, issues for families applying for subsidies, and attendance issues.
What we were told today, what we've been told over the past few weeks, is that this is an IT problem, and it goes down to the fact that they have to recertify not only these parents, but these providers and check attendance and all of these things.
House Minority Leader Crystal Quaid says it's a multi-layer issue that starts at the top.
I think that we need to be having conversations about should DESE, the Department of Elementary Secondary Education, be the ones overseeing our early childhood subsidy program. It goes back to the fact that we don't have direct care caseworkers, that our call centers are outsourced, and that we have had folks in charge in our state continue to lay off state employees and outsource this stuff to private entities.
DESE says stipends will be sent out sometime this week, but for many, it's too little, too late.
There are people who are already, they already have creditors closing. The apologies that these folks were offered here today can't pay their electric bill, their gas bill.
As the state continues to seek feedback, Quaid advises people who have been affected by this to reach out to her or their local elected official. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Mitchell Kaminski, ABC 17 News.